to Need I Say More, episode 51.75. I am one of your host, Giuseppe, joined by TG30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, man. I don't know about you. I've had a shit fucking week. Since a week ago when we recorded, I want to just push my head into a fucking bulldozer or something, man. Like, it is frustrating right now for me, man. How about you?
Not too bad. I mean, a little frustrating week. I didn't perform how I wanted to, as far as work, but I know that's more me. But yeah, man, not too bad. I'm sorry you had a week like that, though.
It's just, and this happened. This keeps happening with school, and I'm not going to bore the listeners with it, but every time a semester gets ready to start, they somehow destroy my life with it. Like, I do everything I'm supposed to do. Like, for instance, Terrance, I signed up for my classes at the beginning of November. The first week spring classes were available to sign up. I signed up. I did all my research. I rate my professor, found the good professors. I had 5 classes, so I really had to figure out a way to make these the schedule. Yeah, I had to figure out a way to make the schedules work. Yeah, it's more than full time, man. It's 4 classes is full time. It's 6 days a week I was going to be in class, but I accepted that because I needed to get this stuff done because I got fucked over last semester, right? But I did all the work I do early. And what happens, Terrance? Oh, I get a notice a couple of days ago. By the way, the semester starts on Friday. So a week and a half before class start, they cancel one of my classes. They cancel an important class, my programming class, which is necessary for other classes, like in the future. So now I don't have that class. And I'm like, well, what do I do? There's no one that...
I got to ask you a question real quick.
Why am I still doing it? I don't know is the answer.
No. How is a class canceled? And we live in the time, obviously, we live in the Zoom era, right? How, like, there's no other option to say, okay, well, we can't do it in person. We'll just do it online, or here's another person to do it, or something like that. You know what I mean?
My assumption is, I don't know the specifics. I don't know how many people were in the class. I didn't look, but my assumption is maybe there wasn't enough by some metric. I don't know. Maybe there was 10 people. I don't really know. And they went, well, it's not really worth paying a professor to do a semester of his class, so we'll cancel.
They're
salaried.
Which,
by the way, not all of them. My last professor, when I had a professor last semester who was part-time, he's like, this is my only class.
Oh, okay.
So I think some of them, they do like that. But the problem is like, so they looked at it and went, let's assume that's what happened. They were like, there's not enough people. They went, we could cancel this class and fuck over the students a week before classes, or we could just bite it and pay the professor. And the next semester, maybe we have less classes. And they went, yeah, fuck the students over. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because they know this, dude, it's a week before classes start. Like, you're going to fuck people over if you cancel the class, especially because there's only one other programming class, Terrance.
You know what this sounds like to me? It sounds like
what
no, man.
I shouldn't joke about that, but I genuinely am.
I was about to say, man.
Terrance, I won't lie to you, man. I think this is what despair feels like. I understand there's people out there dying and in worse situations than me, but from an emotional standpoint, I'm feeling despair this week because I just want to go to class and live a normal life. And every semester they go, and that's not the only thing, by the way. There's a bunch of other stuff I'm not going to go into. Like I said, I don't want to bore people. There's a bunch of other stuff that somehow this pops up. Suddenly I'm not taking the right class. Suddenly it's like, what is happening? I don't understand. I'm listening to the people whose job it is to tell me this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, genuinely, I feel despair, man.
I feel like everybody is all working in cahoots, like, let me go on my little conspiracy theory rant real quick.
I'm actually probably on board with this conspiracy
theory. I just
if
feel like
it is what
they're all working in cahoots, and like the pharmaceutical business, there's no money in the cure, there's only money and the treatment and the medication. Right. So the fact is, it's very simple to say, hey Joe, here's line A, B, C, and D, and you achieve your goal in this area here once you hit this point. But instead they say, well, you got A, and you got 8.1 and then 8.2, and then when you get to C, you still got to go back to B.3, and we might be able to make something work.
See, here's
because
the
you're
thing.
Just going to keep paying.
Here's the thing.
You're just going to keep giving up money.
And here's the thing. I agree. I think you're dead on, right? Because I was thinking about it. I'm like, so I have most of my college is paid for, right? I have grants and whatnot because I'm not working. I don't have a job right now.
That.
But that's the thing. I think they look at that. You ever see like a TV show where they're like Scrubs made fun of this, where they're like, well, this guy's fully insured, so we should do more tests, because like, as a joke, like, well, if insurance paying for it, let's test this. We're going to get more money out of it. I think they look at that and go, well, let's keep him here as long as we can. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, but there's two options. One,
No,
literally the entire school is incompetent. They've somehow managed to stay afloat despite everyone in the school being dumb. Or two, they're intentionally screwing me over to keep me there longer to make money. So I don't know, whichever one you think it is, Terrance, but to me, they both sound viable.
Money makes the world go round.
Yeah. But anyway, Terrance, let me hit you with a quick question to lighten the mood. Okay.
What's up?
Before we get to our things. Is there such thing as a plain cookie?
A plain cookie?
Like, yeah, you have like snickerdoodle and chocolate chip cookies and this and that.
Yo,
is there just
you know what?
cookie?
That's a great point, because me and Corey was in a mall one day and she was like, I want an original cookie.
What the fuck is that original?
What's an original cookie?
That's what I mean. Is there like,
and they had it on the menu, like original cookie. So I'm like, what
menu? Wait, where were you?
In the mall. And the cookie.
Annie M's or some shit?
No, not. Yeah, it was like something like Annie.
But the problem is the original might be their original, like whatever, like they started. Is it like, I'm saying, bro, like, what is a cookie?
I think it was a sugar cookie without the sugar.
But see, that to me makes sense, because like a sugar cookie is the closest thing, but the problem is they always put sugar like on top. So I guess if you just took that out and you just had the mix,
it was a sugar cookie without sugar. That was it.
I mean, I'm not. I didn't think it would be amazing, but I guess I wonder, do those exist? Like, I just want a cookie with nothing, no chocolate chips, no fucking snickerdoodle, no red velvet. Just give me a cookie, and they're like, yeah, here we go.
It's weird.
It's kind of weird, right? Also, I you know what's weird, man? I had a friend who was telling me about another friend, and they were saying that this person was complaining that it's universally known that hearing about someone's dreams is boring. And like, this guy was like, "Oh, my girlfriend keeps when she wakes up telling me about her dream."
Let's hold on. I want you to save that. I want to say that. Can we get the Black Excellence and we can come back to that?
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's do our patent.
I like that.
Let's do our patented Black Excellence shout out of the week.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black.
Oh yeah, Black Excellence, can't stop, won't stop, never stop, because that's just how we do, people. Goes out to Mr. Eric Marlon Bishop, and I know you're probably like, who's that guy? Right? You might know him as Mr. Jamie Foxx.
Where did he get those two names? Because they're not anything like his name. Also, Eric Bishop is kind of a cool name.
I saw a little clip, right? And the reason Jamie said that he changed his name was because when he used to do stand-up comedy, they were called the women first. So he wanted them to think that he was a woman, in order to get on stage before the guys. It actually, worked out to his favor, because it is a dope name, Jamie Foxx.
It's unfortunate because Eric Bishop is a great name.
Bishop. I mean, professionally known as Jamie Foxx, right?
You know what's really quick? You know what's funny? I have Wikipedia open.
Keep cutting me off
because it's relevant to this.
Like, come on,
I have Wikipedia open to the movie Soul, so that's kind of funny that you happen to be talking about Jamie Foxx, because he's the lead in Soul. So there you go.
Yeah. But Jamie, hold on, wait, Joe, you got anything else on Jamie before I go on Jamie?
It's a great actor, man.
So Jamie, all I got for you. Look, I brought up Jamie. So Jamie gets a shout out of the week, right? Really because I was on social media and I saw a clip of them making Ray back in the days, right? And if you don't know, Jamie played Ray Charles in the movie Ray. Got a Oscar for it. Joe, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, sure did.
Right, got an Oscar for it. Great movie. And the director was telling Jamie, hey, the scenes that the piano is being played, I'm gonna just hire a piano player and then like cut you in and edit and everything like that. And Jamie tells the director, he's like, no, like I play and I can learn how to play like Ray. So Ray Charles is like in a studio teaching Jamie how to play and watching him, and I'm like, oh, this is dope. Jamie has like blindfolds on and basically learning how to play the piano, without seeing. So it wasn't just like he had the shades on, during that movie. Like he literally had his eyes closed the entire time so he could be more authentic to it and everything like that. And then also, I literally was just thinking like, damn, I kind of miss Jamie Foxx. I kind of like, I miss his presence like in shows and movies and stuff like that. Jamie Foxx show was a dope show, Yeah. Also, he got his start, in Living Color, and we kind of brought that up last week when we were talking Black show renaissance, coming back to TV and everything like that. So like Jamie Foxx show definitely was a big hit. I'm not sure if you ever checked it out, but I loved it.
No, I never actually saw it.
And I feel like the movie that really kind of like I was like, damn, like Jamie Foxx is a damn good actor. Collateral. Him and
you know what's funny? Collateral is a great movie.
Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise, yeah. And
yeah.
What's crazy is Jamie Foxx, Collateral and Ray came out the same year. He got 2 Oscar nominations in 1 year. He won.
He did.
He won for Ray, but he also got nominated for Best Supporting for Collateral. You know, like
Collateral was a dope ass movie.
I need to rewatch. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I love it.
But yeah, first of all, Tom Cruise did an amazing job in that movie. He scares me because he can play that role very well. That kind of like real chill, psychotic guy, you know, like he plays that very well. But Jamie did a damn good job, you know, in that movie. And I was like, oh, this dude can act, you know?
That was the year that really, I think, showed everyone, 2004, like he's a legit actor, you know, because he was kind of a bit more of a comedy actor before that.
And let's not forget, Jamie had a top 10 Billboard album, Unpredictable, which is like a dope thing to do. I think it came out that same year, right? Well, actually, I'm looking right at it. It came out in 2005, so a year after. And I think he was Grammy nominated. Point, huh? Yeah, I think he was Grammy nominated for that album and stuff. And everybody knows, you know, blame it on the liquor, blame it on alcohol. That's the Jamie Foxx theme song. So whenever you hear that, you know, give a shout out to Jamie Foxx. So shout out to Jamie, Black Excellence, shout out of the week.
Jamie Foxx, by the way, is working on a new movie. He actually is directing it and starring in it called All-Star Weekend. It's about basketball, by the way. It's
big basketball fan. He is.
Yeah, so it's all about that. And what's crazy is Jamie Foxx is like best friends with Robert Downey Jr. And have you ever heard him do his Robert Downey Jr. impression? Dude, you should YouTube that right now. His what's it called? Robert Downey Jr. impression is brilliant. And apparently he's directing this. He wants Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is playing like a Mexican in this movie. And I think some people, I would look up impression.
Jamie Foxx and Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface. That what was that movie?
Tropic Thunder. Yeah, that was great.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. We'll get.
People took that too far. People,
but like, the thing was, like, he was making fun. Well, no one. People were overreacting like a year ago, but no one. Look up, just type in the word impression after that. I think you'll find it. But the thing is that like the whole point of that, he was making fun of idiots who do blackface. Like he wasn't.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx does. Yeah.
That's way too
I don't know. Anyway, it's not really important, but he does a really brilliant. Oh, here we go.
25 seconds. So it's probably
muted though.
Real things, which, you know, whether it's politics or whether it's whatever, a lot of times we're not ready for that fight. But it's easy to sort of pick the comedian. I called Robert. I said, listen, I need you to play a Mexican. He says, dude, here's the deal. Sure, fuck it. Sure, why not? Fuck it. Sure, of course. Sure,
I need Mexican, you to play whatever. A Mexican.
But then he texts back and said, I'm nervous to play.
There you go. That's a good impression, no?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's
funny because now
he's talking about that movie, All-Star Weekend.
When you think of Iron Man, like that's what you hear, Robert Downey Jr.'s voice 100%, in your head,
100%,
and everything like that. It's like he probably never sound like that.
I mean, he does sound kind of like that. I mean, it's just not that bad. But anyway, shout out to you, Mr. Eric Bishop.
So wait, go back to what you were saying, Joe.
So I had a friend, she was telling me about this guy she knew, like a friend of hers. And he was he was complaining to her about like how listening to someone, like his girlfriend would tell him about like her dreams. And he's like, there's nothing more boring than hearing about someone's dreams. I thought that was insane. I was like, that
sounds crazy to me.
Doesn't it? I was like, listen, first off, if you're with someone, you got to maybe take some L's if you consider that boring, like whatever, don't complain about it. But like the fact that I love hearing about like partners' dreams. Like, yeah, tell me about it. I mean, it's not boring. Usually it's like crazy shit.
How do you know if y'all even compatible? If like you don't,
that's what you're complaining about.
What if this person doesn't even have like a goal for themselves? You know, like as far as in life.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me recalibrate. Actual like sleepy time dreams. Not like
okay.
Not like actual goals and aspiration dreams.
Oh no. I think that's dope.
Yeah, like
is that craziest stuff. No. The craziest stuff happens. So
yeah, like a dinosaur was chasing me, and J-Lo popped up, and we took a fucking shuttle to the moon. It's like I thought.
Which by the way, announcement here on the show. We haven't done this in a while, but I'm making a special announcement, ladies and gentlemen.
Terrance, what do you have for us?
I got something. You will now hear me refer to my girl as Nicole. So Corey is changing her name.
What?
She's changing her name to legally go by her middle name, which is Nicole.
Whoa. A lot of stuff going on here.
Big news I'm dropping on the show.
Hold on. Yeah, I have several questions, as you can imagine. Number one, she's legally changing.
I'll try to answer them without getting too much into her life. But
yes. But this is legally, she's going to go down to the courthouse or wherever they go and change it.
Yes, correct.
Is she switching the names, or what's happening to the middle name then?
No middle name.
Just okay, just Nicole. Yeah. Question number 2.
Just Nicole. Yeah.
Why? Because she goes by Corey. So
apparently this is something that she's been wanting to do for a long time.
I'm surprised she just didn't at any point go, I want to be referred to as Nicole then as my middle name.
She actually has started doing that.
So she's been recently
even at work, like they refer to her as Nicole and everything like that. And this is something that she's been wanting to do for a long time. And
are you going to start calling her that now?
So I'm in the process of learning. Learning to basically call Nicole and
Terrance
everything like
Nicole.
that. So I'm saying this for the show. So if you hear me say Nicole, I'm not talking about another woman. I'm not cheating on my girl.
That's a good call.
So I don't want the fans to be like, what happened to Corey?
Yeah, we just never mentioned that you broke up with her and you found a new one. So hold on a second.
Is this documentation?
Yeah. Is it specifically Nicole? Like she likes the name Nicole, or is there a nickname of Nicole, like Nikki or something?
No, that's it. That's
Nicole is what the name she likes.
Yeah, Nicole's her middle name, and
she wants to go by Nicole.
She wants to go by Nicole.
Wow. And if you guys get married and she takes your name, she'll just be a new person basically. Nicole.
Yeah, completely.
I don't know if that's that's crap. So listen, if she's listening, Nicole, that sounds weird to say. I gotta get used to it too. But if you're listening, Nicole, I gotta get used to it too. I've kind of dealt with something similar. So as everyone listening can tell, Terrance calls me Joe, but I start the show by calling myself Giuseppe. So that was because my legal name is Giuseppe, which is an Italian version of Joseph. So my family started calling me Joseph, even though
Giuseppe.
I'm born Giuseppe, but my family calls me Joseph, and that's what I went by forever. And people just call me Joe because that's what people do. They just nickname you even though you didn't ask them to. And so people call them people. It's everyone, dude. 99% of people who aren't my family call me Joe, even though never once have I said to anyone to call me Joe. Anyway.
I mean, I know some people that call you just G.
Well, so that's what happened. So at one point, some similar to Nicole right now, I started to I went to a job and they already had a Joseph, so they just used Giuseppe on my name tag. And I started to kind of and I was already liking it for a few years anyway, because when I was a kid, you don't want a weird name. But as I became an adult, a lot of people like the name Giuseppe. And so I started transitioning my name as well to Giuseppe in 2015-ish. And then slowly over a year, 2 years, I was like, Giuseppe I like that name better. That's what I call myself now.
Yeah. So wait, okay. So now do I have to get adjusted to 2 name changes now?
No.
Am I calling you Giuseppe?
Your grandfather did. Your grandfather did.
You know what I mean?
You can call me Joe or Joe
making
Smooth.
Another change here,
Nah, Nicole is the change. You can call me G. You can call me Joe. Whatever suits you.
I haven't called you G ever.
No, you haven't.
I don't think I've ever.
You call me Joe Smooth.
Yeah, I've and I just, that to me, I just feel like that's just a black people thing. And I remember we were talking about this before. He was like, "Why do you never call people?" And I was like, "I don't know.
Yeah,
everyone gets a nickname.
That's a conversation from a decade ago. We started.
We have to shorten everything. I don't know why. It is a natural thing. At work, I am now going by TG. When did it happen? I don't know.
Are you? That's me. That's me. If they're still calling, that's because of me. I was the first person to ever call you TG, TG30. I came up with TG13. Those are all me.
I would say you're the first person that started calling me TG. Yes, most people just call me T. No, right. Most people, it's just.
I will say that people all over love giving nicknames, but I think black people you do take it too far. Like you call people like Mariella. I think you're the only person on earth to call her Ella. But that's
quite possibly so.
And there's even short names. I'm like, why are you shortening it?
What's what it is? We have to have black people are staples for original things.
You have to be original.
It has to be right. We have to make something original. It's like, yeah, Mariella's cool, but you know what's gonna be dope?
Ella Fitzgerald is cool.
It's like that Justin Timberlake moment in Facebook. It's drop the. Like
it's cleaner.
That's what black people do with everyone. We just say drop the.
That's part of it. It's not the worst. It's kind of like I remember when we used to work in video games, our zone at Toys R Us. A lot of the people there who were black was referring to the PS3 as the P3, and I was like, "Why?
Yeah, it's been P3.
I hate that.
It's P4 now.
So,
and
no,
P5.
it's not. No, it's not. It's not that at all.
It's P5.
Oh god, I think P3 because it rhymed was a little different.
Shout out to everybody pushing P. That's a new trend going on right now.
Anyway, back to what we were saying. I think hearing someone's dreams to me, first off, it takes you 3 minutes, 4 minutes, tell someone about a dream. It's not like it's the whole day, but I like hearing about people's random silly dreams. It's fun.
You know, a dream actually lasts like a couple of seconds. But like to us,
you just fall over.
It feels longer.
Oh yeah.
But it's actually just a couple of seconds of our mind.
Technically, apparently, your mind you're actually dreaming almost like anytime you're in REM, you're basically dreaming the entire time. You just don't remember most of your dreams. Like you'll remember the end of it, but apparently you've been dreaming every night you dream, even if you don't remember them. Apparently,
I love dreams. I love dreams. I love hearing people's dreams. I feel like sometimes you are looking into the future. I have what is it called? Deja vu moments often, a lot.
I very rarely do. I read recently for something. I don't know what, but
I have deja vu moments. You know who scares me? My pops. My pops will have dreams and call you. Like, so he used to have dreams and call us and be like, "Hey, is everything okay?"
My nana used to do that. Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
She
saw blood in a dream.
He's like, I had a dream about blah 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 blah, and it's like in a couple of weeks or something will happen related to that dream.
Dreams, Taylor, we could do a whole episode on dreams because dreams are fascinating. But I think one of the most fascinating things is like scientists are not 100% sure why we dream. Like, isn't that crazy? And with all the shit we are learning and all the crazy things,
you don't know what happens when we go to sleep.
We just don't. Like, we know why we sleep. Like a lot of ways, we know kind of why we sleep in a lot of ways, but we don't fully understand dreams. So there's a lot of theories.
Yeah,
but like,
that makes sense though. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's kind of like why? You know, some people like there's speculation that like, well, your mind needs to kind of always be working, so it just conjures up shit while you're sleeping to give you to work. But anyway, we'll do that some other time. That whole topic. I think we've talked about that before. But all right, Terrance, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. 30 minutes into the show. Let's get into it.
30 minutes. This is what we always do. This is the way our shows are. We just talk for 40 minutes and then have one topic. But Terrance, I have a story to tell.
What's your story, bro?
I'm Terrance. I'm going to start this story off the same way I'm going to end it by asking a question, okay? So keep this question in mind. Everyone listening, including you, Terrance. The question is, am I the asshole here? Okay? So this is what happened.
Answer yes, but continue.
In this situation, am I? So, by the way, what's funny is we had a topic. I had a story to tell like almost a year ago. You still let that play, are you? Oh, there you go. I had a story like a year ago when I went to Whole Foods at night, like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I think so.
This same thing. I had to go there late because I was crazy busy the other day, and I really had to go food shopping before it snowed. And I had a busy day, so I had to go at like late. So I ended up getting there, and I ended up leaving at like 8 o'clock ish. So it's fairly late. So I've been to this Whole Foods many times, right? So for those of you who don't know, and I don't know how it works for every Whole Foods, but generally what they do at this one is you walk up to when you're going to pay, and in this one, there's 4 separated lines, right? And the way it works, and it's kind of hard to tell a little bit, but above each one is a little sign that has a color. So it's specifying which line is which. Like this is the blue line, this is the yellow line, right? And there's TVs, these little screens near the front of the line that basically, if the one that's blue, it's all blue, lights up and says 3. The person, the blue line goes to cashier number 3. And then the yellow one will light up, say 4, 4, whatever. That's how it works.
You said this is Whole Foods, right?
Yeah. Do you understand? Do you understand how it works?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Right, so it's 4 lines. In this Whole Foods, the farthest line is self-checkout, so that doesn't count. And the other one's the gray line, when I went there, was blocked off. So there was only 2 lines open, and there was literally a single person in the whole thing. So I was like, all right, whatever. She's in the yellow line, I'm in the blue line. I walk up to the blue line, I'm waiting there. Yellow line goes on. She walks away. It's just me by myself. And I was like, that's not bad. No line, right? I look behind me just to kind of glance around. No one's around. I see one older lady with a cart entering the yellow line, right? I'm like, okay. But then as I look back, boom, blue line lights up, go to number 3.
Boom. Everybody moved over there.
Right. So I'm like, all right, that's me. I'm literally the only person here, but also I'm in the blue line anyway. So I start walking. Now you have to walk past the yellow line because the yellow line is like flush with the cashiers, but every other line has to walk past it. As I walk past the yellow line to go to the blue, the fucking whole lady hits me with her cart. And I'm not like
you overly. Said she moved your cart.
I'm holding one of the carts. She has like a full like a Target cart. She fucking hits me with it, and I kind of look at her.
Car action.
I kind of look at her, and she doesn't seem to react anyway. So I kind of keep walking. I'm like, I give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, I don't know. I guess
notice she did it.
Yeah, like she looked like she's maybe 60s in that ballpark, maybe late 50s. And I was like, maybe it was a mistake. Whatever. I literally kind of looked and then just kind of kept walking. Whatever. Right.
Old folks be tripping.
Right. So I go to line 3. I put my cart in front of me. I get hit again, harder. I turn around. It's the same old lady. I was like, can I help you? She goes, you're not supposed to be coming here. I'm supposed to go to line 3. I was like, no. I was like, I'm in the blue line. I was like, I'm 3. So no, you weren't in the blue line. I was. Now, Terrance, I need to be crystal clear on this, Terrance. I am 10,000% sure what line I was in because I've been there many times and I've often helped people because it's kind of a confusing. It's not like most cashiers don't do this, obviously, but also it's not especially well, like there's no like sign to tell you what to do. You have to kind of figure it out. So I've often helped people go, oh no, like you're in the yellow line, you go next. Like I've helped people. I am 10,000% sure I was in the blue line. It was line 3. And even if I wasn't, she wasn't even in the line yet. She was entering the line. She still had like 20 feet to walk. Regardless, I was in the right line. So, and the fact that she hit me is insane. Like she didn't say anything. She fucking hit me.
Can I ask you, was she black?
I think she was. She had a mask on, like a hat and glasses. So I hard to know exactly. I think she was like an older black woman.
Yeah. That sounds like an old black lady move.
Well, I didn't want to say it.
No.
It's racist.
I'll say it for you. You don't got no. You don't got to say it. I'll say it for you.
Great thing about this podcast. It
sounds like an old black lady move. So bump your damn shopper cart and tell you wrong.
She didn't bump my shopping cart. She bumped me. She hit me twice.
Oh,
once
yeah.
on
That's
each
definitely
hip.
Old black lady. That's somebody's grandmother.
Looking back on it, I was like, I can't believe she had hit me twice. Because that means she was like, hey, I'm there. Like she didn't say anything. She thought I'm going to use my cart to hit this person and let them know, which is mad.
Yep.
Anyway, so I'm like, no, I was in the blue line. I'm like, you were in the yellow one. She's like, no, I wasn't. I'm like, that is blue. That is yellow. And you can see the sign. I'm like, you can see the sign. We weren't that far away. I was like, I was in the right one. She's like, no, you were in the gray line. I was like, the gray line's blocked off. I can't be in the gray line. And she's like, well, you weren't in the blue line. I went, okay.
I'm gonna stop you real quick, Joe.
Huh.
You're already wrong.
Oh, really?
But I'll wait till you finish your story, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait till you finish your story.
Okay.
So
we're to the end of the story.
Here's the halfway check mark, right?
This is the halfway check.
This is the halfway check mark.
You're saying I'm an asshole.
I said Joe was an asshole in the beginning before hearing it.
And so
we're already at the
updating
halfway point. He's still an asshole. Let's let him. Let's let him finish. Continue.
Okay. So she goes, no. She goes, you in the gray line. I'm like, the gray line was blocked off. I couldn't be in that one. She goes, you weren't in the blue line. I said, okay. And I turned around. I started putting my groceries on the cashier because I'm not going to sit here and argue with this old woman. So as I'm putting my stuff away on the counter, the cashier's like, oh, do you need any bags? And I was like, no, yes, I do. And then at this point, there's another cashier open. So the lady went to that cashier because there was no one else in fucking line. It was like, I can't believe she's arguing with me. There's no one else in line. What do you care?
Right.
So I put all my stuff. Now I took exception to this cashier because she was looking at me. She was black, by the way. Like I did something wrong. And I was like, she didn't say a word to me. She was giving like a weird look. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. So she rings my shit up. She gives me my bag. I'm walking out. Now, this old lady had finished paying, I guess, before me. She's waiting at the end, like looking at her stuff.
Wait. So you let her go in front of you?
No. By the time we got through our like 10-second back and forth where she was clearly wrong, another cashier opened. Of course,
opened up. Okay.
There was no one in line. Like, what do you like? Just can wait 2 seconds.
Okay.
So she went further down, like to where the exit is. You have to walk down one straight line to do this. So as I finished paying, I'm walking down that line. She's at the end, already finished, but she's like looking at her bag. I don't know what she was doing. She's waiting for me. And as I walk by, I look at her And she looks at me, she starts saying something. She's like, you're going to blah, blah, blah. And I just look right at her. Don't say a word. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck, old lady. No one gives a shit about you. You're just some old bag. But I don't say any of that. I just look at her. And she says her bullshit and I walk away and I go and I leave. Now, that's the end of the story, Terrance. Now, the question is, am I the asshole?
Oh, man. Regardless of how you paint this situation, you're the asshole.
Why?
And I'll explain exactly why.
Explain to me, sir.
Old folks and children are looked at in the same light.
No,
as far as
no.
Let me finish.
She wasn't 90. Okay, she was 60. She was fine. She was old enough to hit me with a goddamn cart and hurt my fucking hip.
Fine. She was an old fine lady. What would saying, was she over 50? Did she look like she was over 50?
She looked like she was in her 50s, maybe early 60s. But listen, she wasn't like elderly. Like she could barely move. She was fine.
Don't matter, bro. Don't matter.
No.
You want to hear me or not? You want to hear me or not?
Fine. Sorry, you're right. I'm sorry.
Old folks and children are viewed in the same light as far as when you assert yourself to a certain extent, knowing that you're right. Forget the fact that you are right.
Definitely was right.
But knowing that you're right, you're technically still out of bounds because it's like you don't have to do that. Like you're at this point, you're just trying to prove your point.
So
you
we're
know you're
saying,
right. You know you're right because you said you were right. And 9 times out of 10, you are right. But the fact that you're entertaining the fact of, because it gets to the point where it's like you're not even doing this for anything other than to prove the point that you are right.
No, I want to fucking pay. And I'd already walked up and I'd already stood there.
Okay,
why do I gotta go back? Because you're an idiot.
What was the big deal about just being like, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with this with you. Go ahead.
Because I was right and I'm following the rules.
But you knew you were right and you wanted to stand on the point of being right.
Let me clarify something. Because you're older, you can do whatever you want. That's what you're saying.
I think when you get to a certain point of being old, it reverts.
Yeah, when you get to a
certain
point, when you were 75 plus and you're like, you're kind of walking slower.
Okay, but you saying there's an age limit to that? Like,
Terrance, listen, this is what I'm gonna say, man. Okay, I understand. Yes, kids but listen, if a 10-year-old went in front of me, I would be like, if they had one, I am a nice person. Like I said, I'm the kind of person. If I'm
so wait, you'll let all right. What if what if it was a 15-year-old?
And they bumped me with their cart twice.
You let it slide? Yeah.
Terrance, listen, here's the biggest thing of why I'm not the asshole. She hit me with her cart twice. If that was a 20-year-old woman and she hit me with her cart twice, or no, let's reverse it. I hit this woman with my cart twice because she's in front of me.
You're wrong because you're a man.
No, we're not doing that. We're not playing that. Equal rights. It's equal rights. Fuck off.
Oh, equal rights, huh? You know damn well equal rights don't exist.
Well, they do. They actually. And here's the thing, Terrance. It doesn't make. She hit me twice. She didn't say, "Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry." And I was like, "Fuck off, old lady." She fucking hit me with her cart because she thought I was.
You know what? I think the fact of her hitting you. I think the fact of her hitting you does add to you not being an asshole. Yeah. But if we're gonna put the asshole meter up and say how much of an asshole were you, I'd say you're probably falling in the 45%.
Here's the thing, Terrance. I don't understand the concept of because she's older, she can be a massive asshole to me, and I am supposed to
old folks are assholes.
Hold on, and I'm supposed to go nope. And again, she was like 60. If she was 80 and losing her goddamn mind, it's different. She wasn't. She was normal, man. She's probably similar or she was close to my parents. My parents are in their late 50s. They're not like crazy people. They would never do that. So why is it okay for her to do? I don't understand. My uncle, I just visited them. My uncle's like 61. Why are they totally normal and they would never do anything like that? But because this woman did it to me, I'm in the wrong. No.
It's not. It's not that though.
Let's say it went and I started walking. She went, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm next." I would have been like, I probably would have gone, you know what? You go ahead. Especially since there was no one there. I would have been like, you.
Right. No big deal.
I promise you I would have. In fact, I'm the type of person who, if I see someone behind me and they have like one item and I have more, I'm going to go.
It was the hitting you. It's the hitting you part.
It's the
hitting you part that leans me towards your side. Listen, I still think you're an asshole. No, but do I think you are right in you being an asshole? Yes.
Do you remember, Terrance, a few months ago?
Both things could be true.
Do you remember a few months ago I had a story where that guy came to deliver one of my roommates the bed frame, and he just made up. He's like, "Oh, it's $40," and it was bullshit. In that situation, it's similar to this. It's about how you approach it. If that guy on that time would have gone, "Hey, man, like, so it is $20 for the walk up. By the way, I'm really sorry. It's fortunately just anything after 2 floors." I would have gone, "Oh yeah, no problem." And I would have given him 40 because that's all I had. and I would give him $40. But because he came up and the first thing out of his mouth was $40 and he lied and demanded it, he got nothing. Right. So this is the difference. If this lady would have just gone, I'm sorry, I think I'm next, I probably would have gone, oh, it's, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. You go ahead. I've done things that before.
It's the hitting you that was over the line.
Yeah, the way she went about it was, I'm going to hit you, and then I'm going to follow you to the line, hit you again, and tell you this. I'm next.
And look, anytime you physically kind of like have to assert yourself or whatever, that's over the line regardless. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. You put your hands on somebody, you cross the line. Yeah. And listen, I'm one of those people, like, I really don't fuck with old people, like, because they do too much.
Terrance, listen, you have to understand, and this is something I've said before, I am an equal opportunity asshole. I treat everyone the fucking
equal
same.
Equal opportunity asshole. I like
I
that.
am.
That's the title of this episode.
I'm not playing around. I don't care if you're old, if you're young,
I love that, though.
If you're from another country, if you're trans, if you're gay. I treat everyone the same.
Anybody can get it.
Yeah.
Anybody can get it.
This is how it works with me. If you're rude to me first, you will get it back tenfold. That's how I am. If you're totally nice, you're going to get it back. I mean, not tenfold.
Anybody can get it.
Terrance, I've been supremely nice human beings all my life. But if you're going to just you are going to start hitting me with your card. If you're going to just start demanding money, I'm going to be way worse to you because I don't play around. You know, like this lady was like, I didn't curse at her or do anything crazy. I just said, no, I was in the blue line. I assure you, I was close to going, I will pay for your groceries and give you an additional $100. We're going to go up to the security cameras. And if I was in the wrong line, I will pay for your groceries and give you $100. I was this close to doing that. And if I was in the blue line, I want an apology from you. But I don't know that security would have actually gone to the time to do that. But
you know what this kind of like reminds me of? Perfect segue into kind of like another topic.
Yeah.
I was in this is not a story to tell, but I was in McDonald's and got some stuff or whatever. First of all, I haven't had McDonald's in a while.
Yeah, I was about to say, when was the last time you had McDonald's?
This is disgusting as shit, just as always was. Right. But I was at McDonald's, I was getting some shit and everything like that. And I was waiting for my stuff. There was a guy, he had got his stuff, and he said, hey, excuse me, can I please have some ketchup? The girl that gave him his stuff didn't even turn around. Didn't turn around to him at all.
Hand in the bag.
She just said, there's ketchup in the bag. Like she was she was looking another way. Right. Her back was towards this guy. He's at the counter. She's like, there's ketchup in the bag.
So totally rude is essentially
he looks in the thing and he's like, okay. He's like, can I have some more? Like, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it made me think. I was like, hold on. You work in McDonald's, right? Technically you work customer service, right?
If you're a cashier, you're in customer service. You're handling customers.
Right. This is you're technically in a hospitality business, right?
100%.
Why is everybody that works in a hospitality business not hospitable?
Because I think, listen, people just
I just don't get it.
It's because you need a job, so you apply for jobs and you take whatever comes. Especially when
but this is your job though.
Yeah, but listen, when I was at Toys R Us, anyone who knows me knows I wasn't the nicest of people. Like, I just didn't like dealing with it, but I needed a job and I accepted whatever job came. And the easiest jobs to get into are like retail or, McDonald's. Those are the lowest and easiest jobs to get.
You have to also understand what comes with it, right? Like the guy was very nice. He said, excuse me. He said, can I please? Like he was super nice about it. It throws me off. Why would you treat somebody like that?
I will add to that because they don't care. And we talked about this before. There's no accountability in the world. In order for you to get fired, you got to really fuck up. And if you're just like fucking rude to people, man, most managers aren't even going to notice, nor they're going to go, hey, that's it. I was never good at being good to customers because I hate people and people are dumb and I got to deal with it. So I don't like to deal with that shit. I never got fired from anywhere. I did that for almost 8 years. I was in customer service, directly dealing with people, and I was rude to most of them. But most people don't say anything, and managers and stuff, they don't want to take the time and effort to talk to you about it.
But again, here's the thing, though, right? I'm pretty sure you went through training, right? And you went through training,
not like custom. I mean, not really. You don't go through like proper.
You go, but you at least learn the company's standards.
Yeah,
right. Like you do learn the company standards. Hey, here's what we're about. So when you sign on that dotted line, you agree to be a team player, essentially, right?
Yeah,
you
but
play for a team.
It's about money. You want to get paid. You don't care.
You play for you essentially saying, I'm a team player. I'm a fall in line and at least give it 100% of what the standards are. So why you doing that job like that? Forget the fact that you just want to make money. You treating it to a certain a point. Like, I really don't give a fuck about this job.
Yeah.
And you don't have to get another job.
Listen, I agree. But what I'm saying is, first off,
another job. Get out of here.
I'm saying it's hard to get a job that's not necessarily like those are the base level jobs in this country. Like, it's hard to get a job like, oh, I'll be a receptionist. Like, it's not easy. It's not as many receptionists.
You get a lot more with sugar than you do with what is it? Salt, vinegar, yeah, whatever.
Or
salt,
you get a lot more with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yeah, exactly.
Catch more bees with honey than vinegar. Yeah,
and then that's what I take. That's how I take it. I've worked a lot of jobs involved in hospitality, customer service.
I agree with you.
Never did that.
I agree with you 100%. We shouldn't do that. But as a person who did it, I'm telling you why. It's because, like I said, there's not really any accountability, not enough. And it's just like, you just want a paycheck. And the reality is, like, what other jobs are you going to get? Like, what if you were fresh out of high school, where are you going to get a job that's not customer service? Like, most of them are. You need like some sort of experience. What?
Go work in the stock the warehouse.
In that store, you mean?
Yeah, no, but some shit. Amazon.
And you can, but like you can, but it's hard, man. I'm saying
do Uber Eats. All you gotta do is drop the food. You don't even gotta really interact with them.
Yeah, and now maybe there are more. I don't know. I mean,
right. See, you know what I mean? So there's options where if you don't like dealing with people, there are a lot. Then when we was growing up, there are a lot more options that these kids have now. And I say kid because she was at least like 21 or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. I feel old saying that.
That is, we were kids then. They are.
But that's how we were looked at, right? We didn't have, like you said, we didn't have that many options. They have a lot more options.
Yeah, but
to not deal with people.
But also remember, a lot of people but you know how comfortable people get. Like, what if you maybe have some bill, maybe not a lot of, but maybe some bills. This job's paying for that. Maybe you get benefits, maybe you don't, but maybe that's getting. And you get decent money at McDonald's. $15 an hour is decent money. Let's say you're getting that. Yeah, it's $15 an hour now. So you're making decent enough money. And maybe you feel comfortable. Like, why, like looking for a job sucks. And like,
first of all, I just thought about that, right? What was we making? I think I was fighting for 12.
Where?
It's Toys R Us,
dude. I started at 8. We all started at 8.50. I think
right. That's what I'm saying.
When you went to the cash room,
fighting. Yeah, when I went to the different department, I think I was fighting to get like 12.50.
Yeah, these kids don't know how easy
they getting 15.
That's what I'm trying to say. Dude, $15 an hour is good fucking money, man. I don't give a fuck what people say. I'm not saying you're gonna live in a fucking mansion, but you can be more than happy if you're making.
How much 40 I would kill at. That's what I was just about to say.
They were literally making They were literally making almost twice as much as we were. So I'm trying to tell you, like, if you get a job at 15 an hour and you're getting 40 hours a week, dude, you're making like $2,000 a month. I'm
not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about the OT we used to put in during like the holiday season.
Remember, OT at that point, like 80 at that point is $22 an hour. I'll take those hours.
OT back then was 22.
No. OT for us, Terrance, was 12. OT for them is 22.
No, they got to get more. It's time and a half.
Yeah. Half of 15 is 750. So
you're right. So 20.
But think about that, dude. Right. All overtime is less than their regular. That's how the disparity is in only a couple of years.
That's crazy.
There was only a few years between. It went that way in like 2015, 2016. We left like 2012 and 2013. Think about that. A few year difference was literally they're making almost double what we were. That's what I'm gonna say. Like those jobs, and that's another reason why I do agree with you. They shouldn't act like that. It's because you're making more money.
You're making a lot more money in this flipping burger job than like most people. I mean, what's the minimum wage now? Like I think
it's 15 in New York City. It's 15.
New York City is 15.
The country, it's not. It is getting.
I was about to say like
New
the
York, it is
average.
Yeah, I mean, you could hit a Google search on that if you want.
Yeah,
I think it varies per state generally. Like what the living standard is and everything. But
that's sick.
It is.
That's sick.
Anyway, Terrance, I'm gonna
listen. Be hospitable. That was my only thing about that. Look, you work in a hospitality, man. Be hospitable.
When you're talking to two people who I worked like 7-8 years. Terrance worked even more in these types of environments. And as someone coming from me, who I was like that person, and Terrance wasn't. Both of us will agree. Be nicer. Be as nice as you can.
Yeah.
It makes the job more fun. When you hate it, it sucks.
See, that's the thing too, right?
You try to be nice, you'll find you can make it nice.
Yeah, you got to bring some light to this shitty job.
Yeah,
job. Not every job is a good job.
No, And a big part of it is perspective, though. If you can kind of convince yourself, but if you can kind of look at the job from a bit of a lighter perspective and not, oh, I hate this, but you know what, it's okay. And you can kind of convince yourself a little bit that that's what it's like. It makes the job better.
You left before me, right? You left Toys R Us before me, right?
I left like a year before.
It took you a minute. You didn't like it, but it took you a minute to find the right situation to leave. So it's you know, like it's like, yo, this is a shitty job, but you also worked around dope people. You enjoyed the people you worked around, right?
Yeah, there were some good ones. I met you there, obviously. So.
Yeah, there was some good people there, right? You know, shout out to K Dot, you know.
That's crazy. It was almost 10 years ago I quit.
Fuck you know, congratulations to Royale. He had a baby, you know. So shout out to that's kind of like, you know, dope to see. But look, there's not a lot of great situations for you to move from this one, right, that you're in. So when it comes, the best of it. Yeah, when it comes down to it, it's like, you know what, I'm here. I gotta make this work for me, right? I would say I've made a lot of I learned to network at Toys R Us because we worked across the street from like MTV, Viacom, and you know, it was Times Square. It was the center of basically, you know, everything.
Center of the city.
A lot of people used to come in there and interact with us, and you know, that's where I found like my love of like music, and was like, yo, like I can do the business. I don't have to rap or sing. I can learn the business of it. I met people from MTV that used to come in there. So what I'm saying is, like, you can be nicer in this hospitality business. Yeah, the job might suck, the hours might suck, the pay might suck, but you can find some light in it in order to move forward and it help you progress in your life and what you're trying to do. You probably won't work retail forever, right?
If you don't want to, then don't. You know, you can fit. Listen, me and Terrance both got out of it. You know, like, you know, you got, like, there are ways you find opportunities, and if you really want to, if you're happy there, then
definitely enjoyed it. I would say that was like our high school years.
They were kind of like our college years, though, since we
like your high school kind of college, you know, years of
legitimately, dude. Listen, I graduated high school in 2008, and between 2008 when I moved out here, 2012.
You graduated high school in 2008? No.
Yeah, then 2007, right?
No, bro. Oh yeah. I'm tripping. Yeah.
You were like, right. 2020. What?
God damn.
Yeah, it's been a while, brother. It's been a while. We're getting old, man. We're getting old, man. Ain't no jokes there.
Take me back.
But bro, from 2008 to 2012, I felt like it was like between my different roommates coming in and out, a lot of young people, and working at Toys R Us, all these things, like it felt like a college type of thing.
Yeah,
It was very much like, and then because I remember literally as I got to like 2013, 2014, I was like, I'm not really enjoying living with roommates as much.
That's when I started going to bars. I think I turned 21.
Legitimately, man. Like there was like that.
I started going to bars.
It really was like
my first strip club. Shout out to Simon.
I remember Simon. How's that old?
I don't know, but shout out to Simon.
At this point, right?
He was the old guy.
Was he old guy?
Of all of us. He was the old guy that schooled us on like a lot of,
he was cool, man.
You know, shit going on, just like, and you know, and coming as a black kid kind of coming up, you know, and at the time
he was like 20 years old at the time.
Right, exactly.
Like, legitimately,
you know?
he had like 40 years old. So he was
exactly. So as a black kid coming up, and I'm in my early 20s, you know, kind of having like a guy, he was cool, you know, and he joked a lot, but he also had some seriousness to him too. I specifically remember like a good conversation I had with him, you know, and he made a joke about it because I was like, hey, like I would never date women with kids, and he was just like, well, why not?
Now
I'm like, well, you know, that just doesn't make sense. You know, why would I mess with somebody that they already, you know, got kids and things like that? He was like, well, if she has kids, that means she's already fucking. It was
like, what a bizarre thing to think about.
And it was like the weirdest thing, but it was like, I mean, kind of makes sense, doesn't he?
I guess.
Right.
He was cool, and also shout out to Chris. Remember Chris? He was also in that.
Oh, shout out to Chris.
Just older dudes, but like cool. They were fine with like kind of being
monotone.
But like,
you know,
they were just cool dudes that
lay low dude.
They were cool with like guys who would kind of pass down some wisdom, even if they weren't necessarily intentionally doing it. They did kind of look out for us a bit here and there, you know. So
absolutely, we don't have enough of those. No, I don't think the younger generation.
We're gonna be that soon, or if not, we're not already at that point. We're already kind of that age.
I mean,
where,
look,
like, if some kid comes in, he's 18, 19 years old. I mean,
this is what our show is about. Hopefully,
almost.
if you're listening to us and you're in your early 20s and you're 19 years old, you're gaining some type of gems from what we're talking about. Yeah, I mean, look, me and Joe, we joke around, we talk our shit often, you know, but
once a week.
We went through a lot of shit.
Yeah, we did.
I know I can speak for myself. I can't
we did a lot of it together, but a lot of it on our own. Yeah, we both did. Man.
Yeah, we went through a lot of shit, you know. Like I was thinking the other day, I was like, damn, like I go through moments where I just don't talk to people.
Yeah.
And you being somebody that's known me for over a decade now, you know, like there's been times where I didn't talk to you for like months.
Yeah, we went through some times like that.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm just going through some shit. Like I'm just going through some shit. I'll check back in soon. You know, we still cool. We still boys. Like none of that changes. But it's like, yo, like I'm going through some stuff, and it made me think like when people are going through things, sometimes you gotta allow them to go through that. Like you really gotta give people that space.
It's hard to know when. It's hard to know when to give someone space and when not to, because there's different times.
Exactly. Like I know you're dealing, you know, full circle right now. I know you're dealing with, you know, something right now with school and everything. So it's kind of like as a friend, it's like, yeah, you know, like you're dealing with that, you're going through that, you know.
So let's talk about what I'm going through. But actually, before we do, let's have a quick palate cleanser, Terrance. What do you refer to Nicole as? And what I mean by is if someone asks you and you mention their offhand, do you refer to her as your spouse, as your significant other, as your girlfriend? Like, what is like the term you use? There's so many, you know, partner.
That's my baby. What are you talking about?
Like, so if you're at work and someone's
no. If I'm at work, that's my girl.
So you refer to her as your girl.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah, because I always wonder, like some people use partner, some people, you know, like so many different. And I'm like, I just usually use girlfriend unless.
I feel like I don't like it's weird, right? Because if you say partner, you know,
it makes people think like you're specifically avoiding saying like or female. You know, you're kind of like
you could be, you know, part of the LGBTQ community.
Well, that's what I mean. I think partner to me, it makes it seem like you maybe don't necessarily want to commit to what the gender may, you know what I'm saying? Like if you say, oh, your girlfriend, they know, okay, well, you know, you're a guy, you're dating a woman. But if you say partner, it's like, well, maybe it's a guy you're dating, or maybe it's someone who's non-binary, or you're this, you know what I mean? So that's why I wouldn't say partner. I feel like, which is nothing wrong with it. I just, you know, I'm just a straight dude, so I don't have any
Yeah, I think saying partner, I think if you say partner, like, yes, I'm with my partner, I think that kind of automatically says like, yeah, he's gay.
Yeah, or something, right?
Yeah, you know, like I'm just
significant other.
Call a spade a spade.
Significant other is, I don't know. It seems like kind of like you're trying to be more mature.
It says
it's unnecessary.
You know, it's like, who do you live with, right? It's me and my significant other.
You know what it is? Think people
about how that sounds.
But you know what it is? Some people, like, as they get older, have a problem with girlfriend, because girlfriend and boyfriend obviously came from a time where like you were kids and that's what you had.
Yeah, girlfriend.
Everyone was getting
like
married
like
at fucking. Everyone was married at 19, 20. Whereas now, like, I get it. Like, if you're in your fucking 50s, do you? Oh, my girlfriend. It's like that sounds kind of like some people obviously like lady friend or gentleman friend, but like, you know,
friend.
You never heard that before? That's my lady friend.
1942.
That's what older people say. So maybe for them, it's. What I'm saying is, I don't know if you're 50 years old. If you're 50, are you gonna say, "Oh, my girlfriend"? If you have one, you know, that sounds.
You say
silly. There you go. What do you say?
Your beau.
Right? That's way worse.
Your beau.
You'd say a significant other, or maybe you say, "Yeah, my lady friend." You know, some people say that. It is an older thing to say, but because older people don't want to say girlfriend, but. Yeah, right. I genuinely would just say girlfriend. No, my girlfriend did that. I wouldn't say significant other unless it was like something, like you said, specific. Like, oh, I live with
significant other sounds. I mean, they all just sound weird.
Yeah, they do.
I think, and then in my opinion, fuck it. I just feel like LGBTQ just took everything. Like you just
did that.
I just feel like you say significant other, it sounds like you gay.
I don't
partner,
think that.
It sounds like that's my look. That's my
I think partner seems like it's one of those where like you're not it could be anything, right? Where a significant other, I guess it's the same, but that to me, I know some people like to use that just in general, you know, like it's not necessary to me. I mean, I guess you could use it the same way, but I don't feel so. Look, I remember a few years ago, I was living with this dude, Evan, was a great friend of mine, and we were, you know, he was one of my roommates. And at one point these two guys came to our apartment. Like, I think they were detectives or something because there was some issue in the building. And we both were talking to them. And then it was like a few days later, a week later, the detectives were outside and I was walking by and he was like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I was like, oh, hey, blah, blah. And he was, oh, yeah, you're not with your partner, huh? I was like, nah, we're not, blah, blah. And
yeah, but see, no.
But he said partner.
I'm gonna let you.
He said a partner, and I was like, oh no, he's not here. And then afterwards, I was like, I wonder if he thought I was gay. That's what he meant by partner, not like because you could also mean like I mean maybe not so much anymore. By the time like 10 years ago, you can mean partner as like just like oh hey, as your partner, your partner in crime. Like people would refer to me and you. Oh, was your partner? Like it's a joke, but
But see, that goes back to what I was saying. Like I just feel like they took over everything.
Hey, man.
I mean that's something like I'd be like, yo, where your boy at?
Where your boy at?
Your boy sounds a lot different, right?
What does Nicole refer to you as then? God, that sounds weird.
Her
what
man.
Is Nicole? She's your man, or you're her man.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm saying like because it might vary by relationship. It doesn't have to be the same. Like usually my girl or my girlfriend, depending on like, the mood I'm in, I guess.
Yeah, like that's my girl, or whatever. I feel like if I say girlfriend, I just honestly, with us being together for 4 years now, going on 5, and being in our 30s, it just sounds very kiddish.
Girlfriend is kiddish over just girl? What's the difference?
Yeah, girlfriend. I don't know. You asked me what the difference is. I don't know, but I feel it.
I am fine with girlfriend, but I can imagine if I hit 40, I don't know if I'll be fine with girlfriend anymore.
Right. It's like, what are you?
We got some time.
Like you're still dating, and you're still dating because if you're dating, right? And it's like, who is she to you, or what is she to you?
My lady.
Oh, that's my girlfriend.
I refer to girlfriend.
My
as
lady
sounds
girl.
My lady.
Yeah, my lady sounds very grown.
No, I didn't meet a woman
my
named
lady.
Milady, so that threw me off. I was like, oh, jeez.
My lady that's very mature, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds very mature.
All right, Terrance. But basically, what I want to talk about was what I'm going through. Now, we were talking pre-show about this. I'm this school, and it's not the work of the school. It's everything else that I said in the beginning of the show. It's all this random shit that the school does. It's driving me crazy. And we're talking about like what this is why like people go and like did we talk about this? The term going postal. Remember that term?
Yeah.
That came from back in like
that
comes from like the 80s and 90s where like postal workers were going in and shooting up the fucking place because they were so just overworked.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Seinfeld talking about that. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like this is why people do crazy things. I'm not talking, not that I would actually do anything crazy, but
Joe is not condoning violence.
No,
He's also
never,
not sending any
never,
threats.
Not like that. But this is literally one of those things where like I was talking to like I'm going back and forth. I can't get a hold of half these people. No one ever fucking responds to shit. And so I was like, I think tomorrow I'm going to go down to the school. I'm like, well, if I'm there in person, maybe I can just fucking speak to somebody, like hopefully. But it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm so angry at some of this stuff. I just want to like flip a fucking table and yell at somebody. Now I won't do that because I'll get expelled or whatever. But like, this is how I feel. This is how angry they make me because they keep, they cancel the class. Oh, take these classes. Oh, well, those classes aren't the right classes. Oh, this happened. It's like, why?
Yeah, it's frustrating.
And people deal with this in everything, not just in school and in jobs. You do all this work, no one notices, or and it's like, I don't know what the topic is, but it's just like, why do things have to be this way? Why is there so much incompetence? And I think the biggest reason personally is just there's a lack of accountability. You can be stupid if no one's gonna do anything about that. You know what I mean?
That is a great point, my friend. It brings me, I'm gonna drop a gem on you right now, right? Little fortune cookie moment. Haven't done this.
It's call back
to in a while.
To the backcourt, right? Everybody listening.
And it basically the fortune cookie moment says this, right? It is easy for a stupid person to play dumb, but it is easy for a smart person to play dumb, but a dumb person can never play smart. Right?
Yeah.
And it goes kind of to what you're saying. It's like, like the incompetence of some people, right? And it's like there's a part of it that says like, yeah, they can actually be just stupid, or they can just be so smart that they're playing dumb in this situation and taking advantage of this person, right?
Right.
That's where manipulation comes in, and just kind of where I was kind of speaking pre-show about, my conspiracy theory thoughts about how the education system works and everything. I remember, I don't know if it was for y'all down south, but I found out that the Board of Education the school gets money depending on the attendance of kids, and that third period is where they took attendance.
Oh, I think you mentioned this once. Yeah, so you'd go to till third and then bounce, right?
And then bounce, right?
Yeah.
And then it hit me like years later, like, why did they make third period so important? It was like, okay, because the amount of kids that get there, that's all they cared about. What's on record?
It's, you know what it is? It's annoying.
They didn't care about us.
It's annoying when you kind of see the system, like seeing the Matrix type shit.
Right?
Yeah. When you see, and you see the strings, you see the things that you're supposed to be doing.
Me up, man.
Yeah,
like
it sucks, man.
It fucks me up. So like I really try to keep my thoughts to myself when it comes to the education system in America, because I'm jaded. I like you said, I've seen the Matrix. I know what it is. What is it? Didn't we go over the red and blue pill already?
We did, yeah. We did.
But remember the guy in the Matrix in the first one, it said like I'm okay with living in the fake world. I'd rather live in this fake shit because
to eat that slop in the real world.
Right, yeah, then
ignorance is
go
bliss,
into the real world. Right. I'm one of those guys that when I look at the education system, like,
you don't want to know.
I can't.
It makes it worse.
Yeah. Like, dude, I've already seen the other side of it.
That goes for, dude, even like a video game. Sometimes I'm like, I don't like figuring out the systems because then I can just manipulate them. I don't want to know. I just want to, and that goes with, like I say, in life that we're talking about. I don't want to know because it's easier just to try to solve these things properly than to know a way to get around it and take those shortcuts. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
here's it. Lie to me. Just lie to me.
Or do you want me to actually lie to you?
No. Just lie. Think about that, right? In life, it is a lot easier
to just be lied to. 100%.
To just be lied to.
I mean, that's the people who say there's no pandemic. Those people. They'd rather just, oh, it's not real. I'll just believe that. It's easier to accept that, right? I mean, I would. Oh my God, I would love it if it was fake. I would be over the moon if it was not a real thing right now. We just all can move on. But that's just, it's easier to accept that than to go, it's not, and we have to struggle through this shit right now. So
yeah.
But anyway, Terrance, we're getting to the end of the show here. Of course, if anyone wants to reach out, you can always email us, tell us your stories about all the stuff we just talked about. If you have a girlfriend who's changed your name, you can email us at needisaymorepod@gmail.com. Twitter and Instagram, we have some stuff on there that we've been a little slack. I won't lie to you. needisaymorepod @needisaymorepod. But we do end every show, Terrance, with a hypothetical.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't think we've asked this. I have asked it before, but Terrance, if you could try anything once risk-free, you could reset time and never happen, but you could experience it, what would it be? Like, you get shot in the fucking head, you experience.
Oh no, I'm doing crack.
Dude, I was gonna say the same thing. It's got to be heroin or crack or one of, like, I would
risk-free, no addiction.
Regardless of what happens,
I'm doing crack.
Regardless of what happens, they reset time. So even if you die, you're back to normal, and you can, have to
I'm
be
doing
a drug,
crack.
right? It have to be
it has, like, the stories I've heard about crackheads. Like,
apparently the first time of like crack and heroin is like the most amazing, and you never get it.
Just consistently chasing that high.
You're chasing that high, exactly. You never get it back. But
look, so that's I could do mushrooms and be fine.
Shooting up some H, that would be a crazy experience if I never had to deal with consequences.
Look, man, put me on record if that machine never comes out. That's restarting
the what if machine, Terrance.
The what if machine ever comes out. The first thing I'm doing is crack. And I gotta
because like I said, like I would never really.
Is this what Pookie was talking about in New Jack City?
Maybe
kept calling me.
Listen, all I'm saying is I would never do drugs in real life for a variety of reasons. But if you're talking risk free, I would love to just trip out and see what that's like. I mean, it's got to be amazing. That's why people do it. That's why people ruin their lives for it.
Oh man,
I don't know. I would have to research what's better, like
TV.
Heroin. So it lasts until you die. So you actually live a life of a crackhead where you're stealing shit and your family hates you. Oh man, it's a pretty serious machine. But that's it for me, Terrance. Man, you got anything else?
No, I got nothing else. Look, this is probably one of our more funner episodes that we've done in a while. Definitely
serious stuff though too. That was some serious stuff.
Yeah. We touched on it. But no, we understand that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Need I say more?